Hello again, and welcome to another Faster Than the World podcast. This is Jake.
This is the amazing Fritz.
How you doing this week, Fritz?
I'm doing great, Jake. How are you?
I'm doing good. You staying warm out there? We're getting hit with a lot of snow.
Well, I was training for the Tundra Death Match, and the Tundra brought it. But I think I'm holding strong.
Yeah, that's true. Did you, hit him with the plow, the clothesline plow?
I unleashed the Saskatchewan blizzard, and so he wasn't ready for that.
All right. Well, what did you think of NXT this week? That was pretty good.
It was pretty good overall. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
This week's announced team was Alex Riley, Corey Graves, and Tom Phillips, which came into play at the end of the show. That's why I'm going to mention that at the top.
Yeah. Good announced team, and we kicked off the show with Hideo Itami versus Bull Dempsey. I thought this was a cool dynamic. They announced that Bull was the first person ever to use a chair in NXT, which I thought that was pretty cool, but it wasn't enough for, He wasn't enough for Hideo this week. Hideo Itami wins. It was a pretty good little opening match. But afterward, Tyler Breeze attacks him, but Hideo kind of takes the upper hand and then chases him away. What did you think of this?
Hideo wins with the flying knees, like most WWE fans would have from Bryan Danielson, but they called it a flying drop kick. And then while celebrating up the ramp, is attacked by Tyler Breeze with the selfie stick. Yeah. Easily the symbol in today's society of the douchebag, owning and using a selfie stick. And then while trying to use the selfie stick properly, Hideo comes back and chases him off to the chants of Hideo from the NXT crowd. Good, solid, building that feud. Wondered what they were going to do with Tyler and wondered what they were going to do with Hideo. So I guess they're going these two against each other. I like it.
And then a big announcement, Brian Kendrick's going to be on this show tonight.
The Brian Kendrick.
Yeah, and then they had
returning to WWE via the NXT stage.
They had a little vignette of solely his stuff after the Paul London tag team with just him and Big Zeke in the white leather jacket.
Very selective video package.
Yeah, but it was cool. I'm just excited to see him. And they went right back into the in-ring action with the Lucha Dragons versus Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan. I thought this was just going to be a quick, squash match, but
I wasn't sure where they were going because Lucha Dragons have been appearing on some of the SmackDown programs, and Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan, like Blake and Murphy, though, have been just jobbers, so I didn't know which way it was going to go.
And then it gets interrupted with Solomon Crow, and he cuts a little promo. It wasn't good or bad. It was kind of just there. And they go back into the ring, Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan versus the Lucha Dragons. Lucha Dragons have some really good double-team maneuvers. The powerbomb into the moonsault was awesome. Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they did the nice trip spot into the sunset flip to tag in. But then Jordan just turns on Dillinger halfway through the match. What a jerk. I don't really think there was a reason for him to do it.
Well, they built through the match with Dylan. Well, the match initially started with Jordan. Jordan gained the advantage, tags out to Dillinger. Dillinger several times had the opportunity to tag Jordan in and didn't. Even to the point of telling Jordan to calm down.
I didn't catch that, I guess.
Yeah. They talked about it on the commentary as well. So then when Dillinger finally went to make the tag, Jordan said, "No, done with you," walks off, and then Dillinger gets hit with the Selena del Sol from Kalisto, and then the Senton from Sin Cara for the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was a good match. Good match.
Solid match. I enjoyed it though. Basically it ended up in a 2-on-1 at the end there, but you got to see the Lucha Dragons hit, I guess, their finisher, and then went straight into a Finn Balor promo.
Yeah, it was a good promo. They announced that it's going to be Finn Balor versus Brian Kendrick tonight, which is pretty awesome. I really like that they're bringing these older guys back in NXT, and then they're kicking it off with Finn Balor versus Brian Kendrick, which is going to be a great match.
Yep, and went back, and Ty Dillinger was still in the ring, and had the mic saying he wasn't going to leave until Jason Jordan came out and explained himself. Said he didn't care who was in the back that was going to come out next. He'd beat that guy because he could beat anybody in NXT. Cue the music. In comes Baron Corbin. 5 seconds later, everybody's cheering for Baron Corbin. He's already hit his finisher. Yeah, he's down for the night.
It's the end of the days. And then it goes into a Charlotte promo where she says, Sasha Banks has never beat her one-on-one, so, she's kind of looking for a rematch there. And it goes into a Breeze promo about Hideo Itami. That was okay. But then it goes into this cool, Sami Zayn going to...
Yeah, they talk about Sami Zayn's coming back next week. And then there's a video pack on Sami Zayn's recent trip to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Where I believe when they brought him out in NXT, they talked about his... he's, I believe, I can't remember the country specifically, but Middle Eastern heritage, and he speaks fluent Arabic. So I imagine he made quite a few media appearances leading up to this before even going over, because it certainly seemed like he was the star.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then we had Bailey versus Lynch. I thought it was an okay match, but then, Lynch wins with a submission. It was really cool how
Very solid match from these ladies. As always on NXT. NXT ladies matches are always really good, on par with a lot of the men's matches you're going to see on the two big shows from WWE.
Oh yeah. It was pretty awesome. I think Becky Lynch has really been
getting to show some of her wrestling chops. Just pulling suplexes all over the place, and then finishing with a stiff-looking armbar, a sit-down armbar.
Yeah, that was nice how she tweaked it a little bit to get the...
it went from a shoulder lock and then it spun around into the sit-down armbar.
Yes, and then they had the Rhino promo, which is awesome. It was a good promo, ends with him just yelling "Gore," which is how you want a Rhino promo to end.
Comes back and the camera's following Jason Jordan through the back, asking him, why did he turn on his partner? And basically said he doesn't have to explain himself to anybody, and actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, and then Kevin Owens is announced to be at ringside for the main event and Brian Kendrick comes out first, and then Finn Balor. Beginning...
Kevin Owens joins him on commentary, so you got a 4-man commentary team for the start of this match.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. And Alex Riley and Kevin Owens end up getting into it. Owens leaves, so then we cut back to the match, and then we have a pretty good... It's announced correctly, the Tiger Suplex, but that's not to shadow away from how awesome the actual Tiger Suplex was by Brian Kendrick. What did you think of this match overall, like in ring?
The announcing bit was weird. It kind of distracted from the match, but the match was every bit you'd hope it would be. Even haven't seen Brian Kendrick in a while. I was glad to see him back in WWE. Glad to see him getting a chance to come back into the big stage, catch up with his former classmate Bryan Danielson, or Daniel Bryan, and so seeing him and Finn Balor with a match like this, it's fun. It was a good main event for NXT. It was a match I would love to see given a bigger chance on the bigger show, but that's where these guys are right now. So I enjoyed the match.
Yeah, it was a nice...
tremendously.
Finn Balor wins with a awesome clothesline, and then afterwards, Kevin Owens comes back out, attacks Alex Riley, throws him over the table, and then the number one contender Finn Balor and then the champion Kevin Owens have a stare down to end the show. Great show, great NXT.
Weird ending, great show.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe they're going to do Rhino versus Finn and Alex Riley versus Kevin Owens to build for the ultimate title match at the next TakeOver show. But I don't know. What do you think, Fritz?
They could be. It could be. I don't know if they'll wait that long. Maybe we'll see those matches within the next couple weeks.
Yeah, hope so. Well, that'll be Faster Than the World podcast for this week.
Extremely fast this week.
Yes. I am Jake.
Record setting. This is the Amazing Fritz.
Hit me up on Twitter, JG Pro Wrestling, and then PJTWCentral.com for all the podcasts. We'll see you next week on Faster Than the World.
See ya.